All right, let's talk about something today I know many of you have walked through because I have. That deep loss, the grief that you're experiencing, a breakup, or even maybe the end of something you thought was going to last. And this is all happening right in the middle of midlife when your body is rebelling against you and your mind and your energy is gone. And when that happens, it shakes you up pretty good. And not just your emotions. You feel like you're in quicksand. I know I did. It's like it's a struggle to pick one foot up and put it in front of the other. Everything you knew, all your processes, all your routines and your plans have now shifted. And like I said, I've walked through seasons like that. And we get comfortable. We get real comfortable. And when things shake it up, it knocks us off of our rhythm. And I've sat with a lot of you who have said, I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. I don't really know where I'm at now. How do I figure out what's next? So today I want to give you 5 anchors and things that you can use to come back to who you are and start rebuilding from a place that's more solid and more you-centered. So if you're new here, I'm Christy. I'm also known as the Comeback Mentor, and I'm a heart healer and a dream shaper for women who are in this midlife transition. I create safe, steady, trusted spaces where women can come exactly as they are and heal, step forward into what God's design and calling is for them in this new season. So if this is the kind of space that you're interested in, hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss a conversation. We do this twice a week and we have very real, sometimes very raw conversations, but hey, that's life, right? So let's get into our conversation for today. And like I said, I want to give you 5 anchors because when you're young, yes, we've been through the ringer a couple of times. We've experienced those breakups in relationships. We've experienced some losses, maybe distant, maybe close. We've been through those experiences where the people we've trusted the most have betrayed us, but there's something different about it when it hits us in this midlife transition because we're shifting who we are. And when something traumatic happens, it feels like it pulls more of our identity away from us, more of who we were comfortable with understanding. And now we're left with, okay, really, really, who am I? What am I supposed to do now? How am I supposed to pursue what I feel like I'm supposed to pursue right now? Should I just go backwards and go where it's comfy? What I do know, what I remember, I got you. So here's your first anchor. You are exactly still who God created you to be. Despite what's going on, despite the relationships that have changed or ended, despite what's come at you, your design has not changed. Your strength, and some of you really need to hear this because you can feel so defeated that you cannot see the beauty of who you are. Your strength, your wisdom, your way of loving and living, your gifts, those are all still there no matter what has come up against you. Remember that. You may be off balance right now, but everything he created you with is still there and it's still in you. So I want you to sit with this. And it's sometimes hard, especially when we're in those spaces of not feeling very good about what's going on around us and not feeling very good about who ourselves right in this space. Ask yourself, where have I stayed strengthened? Where have I stayed steady, even through all of the chaos that's gone on around me? And these are purposeful because I want you to dig in and pull the goodness of who you are back to the forefront. Second anchor, your worth absolutely did not decrease by what happened at you, to you, of you. The questions that you may be asking yourself, was I not enough? Did I seriously miss this? Is this my fault? Did I cause this? I hear those questions a lot. And I want you to know that your value never was defined or even created by that relationship. I want you to hear that. Your value existed when God breathed life into you. So your value was never created by that relationship. It was not defined by that relationship. And it was never designed to be removed when that relationship or that situation ended, or when the traumatic experience happened. Your value was never meant to be plucked away. Your worth is settled in who God says you are. Ephesians 2:10 says you are his workmanship. You are his workmanship. He created every unique piece and part of you specific to the design that he chose, not what an experience tried to choose, not what another person tried to force upon you, not what an experience, a job, a relationship, so many things. God's design. He created you for purpose and on purpose. And I want you to sit with that. What has God already said about me that still stands? What has God already said about me that still stands? Third anchor. You can grieve. You can experience two emotions, negative and positive, at the same time. We were talking about this inside of my Renewed Heart Dreamers group today. You can be in grief. Like, I'm there right now. I lost my parents 6 months apart. My anchors, my people. You can still be in grief and still move forward and still have happiness, still have hope. You don't have to rush your heart, and you don't have to let the grief take over everything. Yes, you're going to have those moments where the emotions are going to come forward. And granted, your grief may not be a loss or death. It may be grief over a relationship, a friendship, a job, a home, land, any number of things that you may be experiencing grief. It doesn't have to take over. you can experience two emotions at the same time. So people who pass, and I'm just going to get on a little soapbox here for just a minute. So people who pass judgment, um, saying you don't express enough sadness or tears or grief when you're in a space of grief. It's not their place to judge how you handle your emotions, because we live in Christ and Christ lives in us. We have the ability to still be sad, but not wallow in zero hope. There is a place and a time to feel the loss, and then a shift comes in and you experience happiness or peace, a peaceful moment. And then you may experience the emotions again, because that's a process, and God designed us that way. There's a place to care for yourself and to keep moving forward. And that's where heart set work matters. Listening to your heart and responding to that, giving your heart space. So I want you to sit with this. What does my heart need from me today so I can stay steady? So I'm not walking in quicksand. What does my heart need from me today? Anchor 4. Your future just hasn't disappeared. It's still there. A lot of women feel like the future that they were building is gone, that there's nothing left. They put in too much work. There's too much ugliness that has happened. And now that the plan has changed, the process has changed, the world has changed, the situation has changed, so on and so forth. I can't build anymore. Your plans changed, the situation changed, but your calling didn't. The path forward may look different now, but the path is still there because God still provides. Psalms 138:8 says, the Lord will fulfill his purpose for me, for you. There's that hope. I love Psalms. I did 31 days of Psalms for January, and God's theme was direction and purpose. Full of hope, peace, promise, his promises, direction and promises. So I want you to sit with this for Anchor 4. What still feels alive in me? What, have you had those times where you're just so sad and, tears are going and you're wondering all these things, and then all of a sudden something pops in your head and, excuse me, you have this little moment of happiness, and then you want to jerk yourself back into your emotions of sadness because you feel like that's where you're supposed to be. Have you thought that something is trying to come alive in you? That the Lord is giving you these opportunities to break the cycle of sadness, grief, negativity. It's okay to feel two emotions at the same time. So what still feels alive in you when you think about what's ahead? Like, yes, all this destruction has happened. All this negativity has happened. All of this unexpected has happened. But if you give yourself some grace and give yourself a minute, what still feels alive in you when you think about what's ahead? Ah, maybe some new light is coming in. Maybe some better light is coming in. Anchor 5. You were never meant to carry this alone. Isolation. We love to hide ourselves so that we can stay stuck longer. We can wallow longer, or we don't want people to see that we're having a very emotional day, a very weak day. Why do we call emotions a weakness? God created our emotions for a purpose. Do you know how it can feel so relieving to have a good cry? Like some weight has been lifted off and you can actually breathe. Why do we allow the world to tag and label things that are meant to help us process and to feel better? Feeling shame because you feel is not of the Lord. Think about Jesus. He experienced every emotion on, he was persecuted, he was hated, he was crucified. He had emotions. He cried out to God. He wept. He was angry. He flipped tables. He experienced emotion. You are allowed to have emotion. Isolation will keep you stuck longer than you need to be. You were not meant to do this alone. Healing happens in the safe, steady spaces, in honest conversations, and when someone can sit with you, or you can be in a position to share your heart and process what you're carrying, a trusted space. And that's why community, but the right community matters. And that's why I built spaces that I lead, because that is exactly what I needed. So here's the question for you. Who is safe for me to talk to in this season? Who do you have that is safe, that will support you, but will tell you the hard things, not just the things you want to hear? If you're walking through loss or a breakup right now, I want you to hear me very clearly. You are still standing. If your body is retaliating against you, happened to me in January, my back. You know, as we age, our physical health is deteriorating. And I know that's hard to hear and it's hard to accept. And I could not sit, but God said, you can stand. You're still standing. You're still called and you still have a future. This is your rebuilding season. This is opportunity. You are building from a lifetime of experience, from wisdom, and from who God created you to be. And there's people waiting for you. They need you. Come back to these anchors as many times as you need to. Think about this, process through this. And if this message resonated with you, if it met you right where you are right now, this is so applicable to midlife. This is not a one and done time frame. Because of the world that we live in, we're going to constantly be bumping up against plan disruptors, strategy disruptors, emotional disruptors. Stick around. If you need a place to process, to heal, and rebuild with women who are in the season that you're in, who understand what you're going through, then I encourage you to join us at the Comeback Mentor community. And I'll put the link in the description. So hit the subscribe. I hope this message met you where you were at, and I pray it was a blessing. I hope that the anchors are something you can really lean into, and I pray blessings over you. Have a blessed rest of your day, and I will see you next time for the next conversation. Bye-bye.